And I have to be completely honest about this. Who needs that? What do you do with that? And how? It is Sunday, January 24th, 2021, and on this week's edition of Sunday Sofa Time, we're answering the question, MSC Yacht Club, worth it? This feels so foreign to me. I feel like it's been years since I've recorded a Sofa Time. The last, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks in a row, maybe even longer, I've been doing live Sofa Times, which I really, really enjoyed. It was fun to do something different and to be online a little bit longer and to have the opportunity to interact. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from all of you, a lot of positive feedback, a little bit of constructive, negative feedback, which is all good. But for the moment, I'm going to be doing these recorded Sofa Times again. If anybody's interested, let me know and I can make sort of pluses and minuses or advantages and disadvantages about doing Sofa Time live. Maybe that would be something for Patreon. Let me know. In the video, which I uploaded in the middle of this week, I showed you my experience inside one of the MSC Yacht Club deluxe balcony suites on board the MSC Grandiosa, which, is one of like the flagships for MSC. It's one of the newest, biggest, it's a really big ship. And so I kind of think that that's like it doesn't get much better than that as far as what MSC offers for their deluxe balcony yacht club suites. And I personally was a little bit surprised about the size of the cabin and the things offered in the cabin. And I know in the comments, a lot of you wrote the same thing. A lot of people were like, that's it. And I know that that there are many of you out there who love the MSC Yacht Club and who only sail with MSC in the Yacht Club. And I know from conversations with you that a lot of the benefits, the perks of the Yacht Club don't necessarily have to do with the cabin. It has to do with all the stuff you get in addition to that. So that's what I wanted to kind of dissect and take apart today. And we're gonna start with going to the MSC website. This is a video I recorded already. And just picking out a cruise and comparing the price of what the Yacht Club costs in comparison to what a normal balcony cabin costs, and then look at the differences of what you get and what you could do with the same amount of money, basically. So I have gone to the MSC website. Like I said, this is something I already did already. I'm not doing this live right now. And I just picked destination here, the Mediterranean, because I figure that's a little bit more realistic that might be happening. I picked March, April. I just kind of went through here quickly, clicked on some dates, and then I picked the first cruise, which happened to be a really similar route to the most recent cruise I did on the Grandiosa. And then we come here to the prices of the different categories. And you can see here, it says balcony from $1,209 per person. I have this in dollars because I know most of you are watching from North America. So $1,209 per person for a balcony. Then we've got a suite, which is not the Yacht Club. That's something different. If you book a suite on MSC, that's different than booking a Yacht Club suite. Then we have, a Yacht Club duplex suite for $5,909, and then a MSC Yacht Club deluxe suite, which is exactly what I got the chance to tour on the Grandiosa. So yeah, that's my video from a couple days ago. I've got it linked up here in the corner. Otherwise, it's in the description below. You guys know how this works. So let's take a look here at the benefits, okay? So if we go through these one by one, the first one says luxury suites. And if you watch the video and then compare that to like the suites that I've seen on Royal Caribbean and the suites that, we stayed in on Mein Schiff, I don't know if I would necessarily consider, if we're just talking about the living quarters itself, if I would consider that to be really luxurious. For me, luxury means there has to be something there that is, there has to be like over the top design. There has to be something, some kind of appliance or, amenity in the room that is like something I would never have at home. There has to be, you know, like a jacuzzi, hot tub. There has to be a gigantic balcony. It has to have some sort of, I don't know, really modern, fancy design elements. That is what I consider luxury when we're just talking about the living quarters. And that suite that I toured, there really wasn't much of that. It did have a very nice coffee machine, but there's coffee machines in a lot of cruise ship cabins. It did have, you know, one thing that was, I guess you could say, definitely a step above other, you know, very nice cruise ship cabins, is it had like silverware and dishes, you know, that were like part of the cabin. So if you order room service or whatever, you know, you have like real silverware and dishes in the cabin. You know, I didn't think the bathroom was really luxurious. It had marble, but other than that, you know, it wasn't especially big. It didn't have especially fancy designs or, you know, things in it. And the balcony was not really that big. It was, you know, maybe 1.5 times the size of a normal balcony, but we're talking about like in the length. It wasn't necessarily deeper or anything like that. So I know, you know, if we scroll back here a little bit, then you can see that they do also offer a duplex suite, and that looks to be a little bit more like what we had on Mein Schiff. So it's 2 levels, but that price, that's almost $6,000 per person for the cruise. And I can tell you, I mean, we got a discounted price on the Mein Schiff for our, like, basically duplex suite, but the full price would have been way less than that per person. All right, so let's move on. Let's go back here to this list. Next thing on this list here says 24 hours concierge butler service, and I have to be completely honest about this. Who needs that? What do you do with that? And how is that any different than, you know, room service? You know, this is not a person like they have in the picture here. There is not a person in a tuxedo with white gloves standing outside your cabin the entire time. I promise you, that's not what it's like. And if it was, who would want that? Who would want that? I kind of think that what this is referring to, and one thing that is really nice, is at the main entrance to the yacht club area of the ship, there's a counter, and that there is always somebody there to, you know, take care of whatever it is you want. So that is kind of a nice amenity when you think that, okay, if you have something you want to discuss, you know, something on your bill or whatever, you don't have to go down to guest relations. You don't have to wait in the line with the common folk. You can just go to the counter there and basically immediately talk to somebody. You know, another thing is if you're coming back from an excursion and you're on your way to your cabin, you can just, you know, quickly tell that person,
hey, we're in, you know, suite 1622. We would love a cold bottle of rosé. Can you send that to our cabin, please?
And then they'll take care of it. Basically, it's like having a little bit quicker room service and guest relations. I don't know what else to say about that. I feel like calling it a butler gives a wrong impression, and if it really was like a butler, like in the traditional sense, I definitely would not want it. That would make me really uncomfortable. Next thing, exclusive area with restaurant, bar, pool, and sun deck. Now, this is something pretty cool. This is sort of the ship inside a ship concept. I think the first cruise line to do this was NCL with their Haven. And we're going to talk about Haven in a little bit. The benefits about this is, of course, it's a different atmosphere. It's separated from the rest of the ship in the yacht club pool and, you know, sun area. I'm pretty sure they're not doing the sexiest legs contest. It's, I would hope, a more relaxed, chill out atmosphere. I did get the chance to walk through there when I was on the Grandiosa, and there was nothing happening. There was nobody there. I think it was maybe just because it wasn't really fully booked. I don't know. But so that is something that I definitely would have appreciated on my most recent Grandiosa cruise, because if you've been watching the daily vlogs, you know
that ship was loud.
They were piping loud, basically techno music. It was like being in a gym. It was like being in a fitness studio everywhere on the ship. And I missed just being able to go up to the sun deck, sit by the pool or any pool, and read a book and relax, because in that atmosphere,
not possible.
I know some of my friends, Mike and Rochelle, who love to cruise with the MSC Yacht Club, they you know, they really enjoy going to the exclusive restaurant because the food is a higher level and the waiters get to know you as well. And that's one big plus for them. And for me, you know, you all know, I just love to go to the buffet. I love to kind of like not have to hassle anybody with my picky eating and to be able to just go down the line and decide what I want and how much I want of it. So, I mean, when we were on the Mind Shift and in this suite area, I think we never went to the exclusive restaurant for dinner or lunch. I think we only went there for breakfast, maybe twice. So for me, not worth it, not something I would use. Of course, having a bar and like I said, the pool and the sun deck, it's nice to know if you want to go swimming, it's going to be less crowded, it's going to be more chill. And, you know, if the ship is full, which at the moment, none of the ships are full, which is a good thing, but sometimes you have to wait to get a drink at the bar, and in the yacht club, I'm sure it wouldn't be like that. So, you know, kind of decide which of those would be relevant to you or relevant at all. The next thing here is complimentary beverage selection. So one thing that I'm not clear about, and for any of you who have cruised with the MSC Yacht Club, that you can let me know. I know on other ships, I think it's on Royal, that when you're staying in a suite, you also basically have the drink package, but it's only in the yacht club area. So if you go to the rest of the ship, then you have to pay for your drink. So I don't know if it's like that on Yacht Club or not, but let's just say that the drink package is included. Big benefit, of course, if it's worth, you know, paying all the money for the Yacht Club. I don't know. It also says complimentary access to the thermal suites in the MSC Aurea Spa. That's a big plus for me as well, knowing that I can go there anytime I want and not have to pay for it, because that can be a really spendy extra on ships, and we enjoy doing that. So that would be something I would use. It says here, relaxation amenities in each suite, including bathrobe and slippers. You know, I also saw that they get chocolates on the pillows at night, and they also get goodies delivered every day. You know, they had like cookies and candied oranges and stuff there. So that's a nice thing. I mean, I don't know if it's really worth paying extra money to get a bathrobe and slippers. If you really want to wear bathrobe and slippers, then can't you just bring your own? You know what I mean? It's not like you get to keep those things. If you got to keep them, that would be another thing, you know, but you don't. Do you? And then the final amenity listed here is the full internet package, up to 4 gigabytes, depending on the length of the cruise. And of course, if you've been on a cruise recently, you know this is something that can cost over $100 to have internet every day on the cruise. So this is also a big perk, and definitely something I would use. And on my most recent cruise on the Grandiosa, I also did a video going through my my invoice and showing you everything I spent money on the cruise and how much it cost. So if I think of it, that will also be linked below. Otherwise, you can just search my library for how much did I spend on my MSC cruise. I think that's what the video is called. So yeah, a big perk, something I would definitely use. But we're talking about like a maximum of maybe $120, $130 for this perk. And you can see down at the bottom here that the total price for this is $5,644. So let's say $5,645. So that's not the price per person. That is the price for the entire cruise. What are we looking at here for each person? What's 5,645 divided by 2?
It's 2,822.5.
So we're looking at around $2,820 per person. And in a way, for a suite, that's not a lot of money. I have spent, you know, around $2,000 for other cruises where we didn't stay in a suite. So, you know, when you consider all the amenities, the price is not bad.
But
Let's go back here and look at what it would cost to just book a plain balcony on the Grandiosa and then add perks to it to get sort of close to the same level, but not be in the yacht club. If we go back here, you can see a balcony, they're offering it for $1,209 per person. And this is something that's sort of exclusive to MSC. I've never seen this on the other cruise ships, at least not set up this way. When you book a cabin on MSC, you always have to pick, or you get to pick, one of these different experiences, they call it. So the Bella experience here costs nothing extra, and they're offering you a comfortable stateroom, buffet and main restaurant dining, kids club, Broadway-style theater shows, debatable, sports facilities, pool, and panoramic gym, and you can earn MSC Voyagers Club. The next step up is called the Fantastica experience. Only $70 more, and that comes with the room service, delivered to your stateroom, priority choice of dinner seating, select from the best available stateroom, so you can pick your own stateroom, additional kids activities and classes. I know nothing about that. And then one complimentary professional photo. I forgot that I got that. And on my last cruise, I think I had Fantastica and I never got my professional photo. So the big whammy here is called Aurea experience. That costs $600 extra per person, which sounds like a lot, but when we go through the things that you get here, it includes the drinks package, so also something you have in the Yacht Club experience. It includes a free massage, so that's not offered in the Yacht Club experience. It includes complimentary access to the thermal area, and when they say spa benefits here, I know from my experience that that means you also get a robe and you get the special shampoos and creams in your cabin, so also from the Yacht Club. Dine anytime you choose, which means, anytime dining, not a big deal. Priority boarding, which you also get in the Yacht Club. Access to the private sun decks. And so the Yacht Club has its own sun area around its own pool in the Yacht Club area of the ship. And the Aurea experience has a special sun deck more towards the back of the ship. And they don't have a pool there, but they did have a whirlpool. So also kind of like the Yacht Club. And then it says here, MSC For Me wristband available on the Grandiosa, Bellissima, and Meraviglia. That is, instead of having to use your cruise card, then you get a wristband. And I'm pretty sure, though, that they're offering that to everybody on board right now because it also helps them check out who is where on the ship and who is coming in contact with who. So in a way, everybody kind of gets that now anyways. But so if we were to select that and a balcony cabin, which is honestly maybe 1/3 smaller than the Yacht Club balcony cabin, we come to a price of, also for the entire cruise, that's not per person. So I don't have anything else to say. You can cruise in a slightly smaller cabin, book the Aurea experience, and have basically everything you get from the Yacht Club experience, basically, and pay like $1,500 less. You could go eat, you could go all out and go eat at the most expensive specialty restaurant or specialty restaurants on board basically every night, and I think you still wouldn't get to the cost of the Yacht Club. So when you break it all down like that, for me, at least at these prices, it's not going to happen. I'm sorry, you won't see me booking the Yacht Club. Now listen, that doesn't mean that I am against anybody who looks at all these things and still decides to go to the Yacht Club. I understand that there are definitely reasons why people find that attractive. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying when I, line it all up like this, I wouldn't do it. So we're going to take a short look at NCL Suite Class and Royal Caribbean Suite Class, but before we do that, please allow me to put a little commercial break right here. Wow, we haven't done that in a while either. Did you get a commercial? What was it about? Okay, let's move on to the NCL Haven because the Haven is very similar to the Yacht Club. I think the Yacht Club is based on the Haven experience. What that is it's like a separate area of the ship with a separate pool area and a separate restaurant and a separate sun deck, just like on the Grandiosa. And The cabins are a little bit bigger, a little bit more luxurious, and okay, to be honest, I have only visited the Haven and I've only visited the Yacht Club. I've never actually stayed there, so take it for what it is. And this is just a screenshot. I'm not gonna go through the whole website here, but you can see I picked also a Mediterranean cruise on the Epic, a similar size ship, similar dates, similar ports here. You can see here Haven Spa Suite with balcony, and the cost of this per person is 2,725 euros. So let's ask Siri, how many dollars is 2,725 euros?
That would be $3,317
Oh.
and 51 cents.
Well, look at that.
So NCL's The Haven experience, which I have to say, as far as I know, basically the same thing. I would assume that on NCL the suites are a little bit more fancy, but it costs 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, like around $700 more. So if you are looking for a private ship within a ship experience, you know, that is one big reason to do it with MSC, because they offer a similar service as to the Haven, but it costs considerably less. So if any of you out there have been in the Haven and in the Yacht Club as guests, please hit those comments and let us know how you compare it. Speaking of comparison, I also went and looked at the suite class on Royal Caribbean. So Royal Caribbean also offers really fancy, modern, cool kinds of suites, and up to or after a certain level, you also get access to a private restaurant and a private sun deck. And I know, at least from what I read while researching this video, on Royal, the free drinks are only in that area, but you know, you probably spend most of your time there anyway. So this was also similar itinerary on the Harmony of the Seas, so a much bigger ship, one of the biggest ships. Haven't done that in a while either. This is just a screenshot, so I can't scroll back, but this is one of the fancier suites. I've said fancy a lot this week, haven't I? And you can see the normal price was $7,198, but Royal is offering a huge discount right now, 60% off the second guest. So altogether, to do the same thing on Royal would only be $5,158. So what's 5,159 divided by 2?
The answer is 2,579.5.
All right, so around the same price as MSC, but a much bigger suite, and to be perfectly honest, a way better ship. This is the Harmony of the Seas. Now, like I said, this is not the normal price. This is a big, deep discount, and you know, if this is a cruise planned for May,
We know that's not gonna happen, right?
but I thought it would be interesting to just, you know, take a look at that and compare it. So if you are interested in a suite ship within a ship style experience, MSC definitely offers a very similar amenities as Royal and NCL, but they are definitely the least expensive when it comes to that. So that might be a big reason to try it out and to say, you know, we're staying in the suite class. But for me, like I said, I would rather take 2 cruises in a balcony cabin and then, you know, just put add-ons onto it than go all out and do just 1 cruise in an area of the ship that offers a lot of benefits that for me are not something I'm really gonna take advantage of. Know what I mean? And now comes the time on Sunday Sofa Time where I comment on your comments live on air. In last week's Sunday Sofa Time Live, which was also almost an hour long, and by the way, I mentioned on my Facebook now, I've added chapter markers to all those really long live sofa times. So if you go to the video and sort of scroll across the red bar at the bottom, it tells you what I'm talking about at each specific part of the video. So you can kind of scroll through if you don't want to sit down and listen to or watch, you know, an hour of me. That's a way to sort of get to the different bits of it. So I did that for you. I hope you appreciate it and enjoy it and use it. Anyways, in that video, I talked about just some drama that's been going on. You know, my cat had surgery and it was throwing up blood and it was really stressful. And I'm going to school right now to get my ocean-going vessel license, which is taking a lot of time and a lot of brain power. So these comments are on that video. And the first one I want to just talk about is from Jodel Zambrano. Jodel writes, I really like the YTCN. That's the YouTube Cruise News show that I've started doing. Did the second one on Friday, so go check that out. And thank you for that feedback. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback about it, actually. Other thing Jodel writes is Chili is not just a cat. She's your fur baby. And yeah, I totally see that. And by the way, little update on Chili. She's doing great. She is back to her normal sassy self. And the only thing that I noticed that's different about her is that the stitches are, she's got these self-dissolving stitches. And I can tell that they're starting to sort of go because she's like, she looks like a person who took their dentures out. She's doing a lot of, so I think she's still getting used to it, but she's happy. She's eating a lot. She's playing a lot. She's cuddling as much as she cuddles. Girlfriend is not a cuddly cat, and it's all good. Next comment is from Gianna Luxmore. Gianna writes, sounds like you, Marcus, and Chili need an Ireland or island trip. Secret word. Great video. Best of luck on your studies and looking forward to boating videos. Well, thank you so much. And I'm really looking forward to getting on a yacht for the first time and doing these experiences. And, you know, just in case it wasn't clear, that doesn't mean that I am only going to be making videos about that. When cruising comes back and when I can start going to theme parks and things like that again, I definitely will be doing that. But this is also going to be a big part of my life coming up, hopefully. And I would gladly take you with me on it. And there are some sailing channels that I've been watching and it just looks so beautiful. And I know that you're going to like it too. Final comment is from Doug Wheeler. Doug writes, hey Morgan, I'd love to see videos of places you sail to. Greek islands would be awesome, as would other places. Looking forward to those videos. Yeah, like I said, I am totally looking forward to them too. And sailing around the Greek islands or the Canary Islands, that is a goal that I really hope we can make happen this summer. And you'll find out. So thanks everybody. Yeah, thanks for hanging out for this week's edition of Sunday Sofa Time, not live. And please check back in a couple days for the next episode of the YCTN and another video from the MSC Grandiosa. Bye-bye.